I'm TarotOracle, and this is a continuation of the Echoes of Nature course. And with here, we're going to start with the next few cards of the deck. So hopefully you're enjoying your deck. Hopefully you have it very soon, if you don't already have it. Facing Adversity. It's the first one that we're going to talk about. A lot of different things with this particular card. The main one is that you sort of have to face what you're looking at as far as the adversity is concerned, instead of trying to sort of weasel a way around it or a shortcut. In this particular instance, it may not be possible to get a shortcut or to get a clean way out, and you may be in a situation where you just have to face it and go straight in, face the music, and try to resolve it in a more straightforward manner than trying to sort of scheme around it or get away around it. There's another card called Strategies, and if we pull that, it may be better to sort of work our way around it or come up with a unique solution or come up with some sort of type of good plan that is going to sort of get us around this in a timely manner, etc., etc. This may be sort of sneaking around it or a bit more deceptive type maneuvers, but Facing Adversity says sort of to take it head on and to try to deal with it in your own way. And that could involve getting help with the situation. You could have a lot of other different strategies to do this, but strategies would point to a way around it, maybe being a bit sneaky. Facing Adversity says to try it head on, and that is number 8, or Facing Adversity. Next card is Surfing the Waves. Surfing the waves means just sort of dealing with whatever we're encountering and going with it. A lot of times we try to combat or try to get a new way to deal with it that's not very inventive and try to, force our way in. So we have something that's coming about. We're trying to force our way into it. We're trying to force our way against it. We're trying to basically swim upstream in a lot of different ways. Surfing the waves says reverse that and swim downstream with it and let it go. So surfing the waves says just adjust to the situation. Don't try to fight it. Trying to fight it sometimes is not going to be advantageous because we could be in a losing battle, or it could be something to where you just have to go with it. So let's say at work you get a bad assignment, and this is a one-off bad assignment. There's nobody else to do it. You're the one that has to do it because there's no one else. The boss didn't want to give it to you in the first place. So instead of going to the boss and complaining about the assignment, saying, hey, why am I getting this crappy assignment? You realize that it's a one-off and they have no choice. There's nobody else to do it. In that case, we're going to be surfing the waves. We're going to say, okay, it's a crap assignment. I don't always get these. But in this particular case, there's nobody else. I have no choice. Let me go ahead and just knock this out. So just go ahead and knock it out, get it done, suffer through, and then move on to the next assignment. So surfing the waves is sort of let it go, let it slide, and don't be too combative with it. Because in that case, if you give your boss heat and be like, dude, I don't need this crap assignment. What is this? He already knows you don't want it. He already knows he didn't want to give it to you in the first place. Giving him more grief just makes him mad faster. It's better just to do it and understand it's something temporary. So that's an example, right? Surfing the waves. Just roll with it basically, right? So the next card is Friendship. Friendship is a great card. Always a fantastic thing to have friendship. And this sort of, kindle your friendship that you've been neglecting. You may have a friend that you haven't seen in a while. Go ahead and call them, go out and things like that. You haven't been out with friends. You haven't had a friend's night out, girls' night out, dudes' night out, whatever. Call and get some friends together and just go do it, right? So this sort of indicates to rekindle your friendship. And, also if you're having an issue, for example, and you need to resolve this issue, you can't do it on your own. You're going to have to reach out to some friends. So it could be pointing to this issue may need some friends. You may need some help, and friends may need, help you with it. Or maybe the issue is really bothering you. You need someone to sort of talk it out with. Again, we could be in a zone where friendship is going to be very valuable to us, because that's what we're sort of headed to in this card, right? So that sort of means to rekindle our friendship or even make a new friendship possibly. The person at work that you never really talk to, that you just, wave at occasionally, stop and make a friend and say hi to them and get their name and things like that if they're new or what have you. But that means make a new friend, make a new networking contact. So friendship also applies to networking. So if I'm networking, meeting people at work, meeting some important people, meeting some other people on the floor, etc., then now I have some networking people that I can talk to, right? So, okay, something happens at work, now I have people that may know somebody or etc. So friendship says to rekindle an old friendship, make a new friendship, or rely on your friends to help you along with a situation. Because you could be in it for a while and talking it out or having someone to assist is always good. Waiting for someone. Are you waiting for someone to help? Are you waiting for someone and not doing anything on your own? That sort of indicates two different situations here. One is we're waiting on someone to save us from whatever it is. We're waiting on someone to save us. And a lot of times we need to save ourselves. So instead of waiting for someone to fix it, maybe it's time to sort of dive in and fix it yourself. Another thing that this could stand for is that you have to wait for someone to assist because they're not here. A lot of times we try to tackle things that are too big, a project that is too big of an investment, a project that is just too much for us to handle by ourselves. Maybe we need someone to help. Maybe we need to wait for someone to come around and help, call, wait for them to get here, etc., etc. So waiting for someone could point to the need for assistance, the need to wait for someone. It could be, what are you doing to get a new relationship? I haven't had a date in a billion years. What are you doing to fix that? Well, nothing. I'm just waiting for someone to magically appear. And that could be what this card indicates as well, right? We're just waiting for someone to magically appear. We're not doing anything proactively to get a date. We're not doing anything proactively to fix our issue. We're waiting for a savior. And a lot of times the savior or the soulmate is not going to magically appear and knock on the front door. Maybe they can. You never know. But if you want to be proactive, then you may want to chase that instead of just waiting for someone to magically appear. So waiting for someone basically points to a variety of situations. And it basically means to either get off your butt and go be proactive, or it could mean to go recruit some people to help. So obviously, what is the difference between friendship and waiting someone if you're recruiting somebody? Friendship is more of a mixture of, relying on friends for things. Waiting for someone is to maybe recruit someone to help. Could be a friend, could not be a friend. Could be someone that you work with. It could be a variety of things, but it could be a situation where you just need to reach out and get someone that may not be a friend. But friendship points to friends, if that makes sense. Playfulness. So everything is a bit too serious. Everything is too serious. You're taking it too hard. You need to sort of reevaluate how you're looking at the situation in a playful manner and looking for a playful way to get through it or looking for a fun way to get through it, right? Let's say that I'm painting and it's a long painting. I'm trying to get through it. It's getting annoying. It's working my nerves. Playfulness says to reevaluate how you approach that painting and to get a more playful attitude, a more fun attitude, and to not take things quite so seriously. A lot of times at work as well, we'll have a project that's due and we just don't want to do it. So come up with a creative way to approach it, a fun way to approach it and get things done, right? So if you have 15 different tasks, try to knock out some of the easier tasks in a playful, fun manner and then sort of move on from there. But playfulness says to not take things so seriously and to look at a more non-serious or comedic or fun way to do it rather than just approaching it from a very serious standpoint. And you'll see people that do that all the time. Anything is a chore. Even something fun is a chore if you're doing it for a living, right? If you're doing something for a living, sometimes things that are fun become a chore. So you need to reevaluate that and get a playful attitude and approach that in that manner. That is going to be a better solution for you. And the next card is flaunted. So you've had some successes and you want to show those off, right? Let's say you've been painting, you've been working hard, you got a couple of paintings, go ahead and post them on social media, right? Just post them on social media, get that credit, get the people saying, whoa, that is awesome, and go from there, right? So flaunt it. You've had some success. You've lost a bit of weight. Put on some clothes that sort of show that you've lost a bit of weight. And then go out in those clothes, right? Don't wear the clothes that you've had 50 pounds ago. Maybe you need something different. Maybe you need something that looks, better, or something that looks different, and approach it from that. But basically flaunt your successes. Let the world know that you've had a few successes. Obviously, don't be, garish about it or really blunt about it or a bit egotistical, but you can still approach it from a fun manner where you can flaunt your successes in a, casual way, to where it's obvious that you're sort of bragging about these particular things, but sometimes you need that social feedback to sort of keep going. So let's say you lost 50 pounds, you've got 50 more to go. It's always good to show off that you've lost the 50 pounds, and people encouraging you. They're like, yes, you're on the right track. You're doing fantastic. And then now you're hyped and you're pumped and you're ready to go. So that's pretty much where flaunted points at. Show off your successes. Show a little bit of your successes. Again, you don't have to be annoying about it, obviously, but you can always show the world that you are successful in different areas of your life without being ashamed and without being egotistical. It's natural for us to want to share our successes with the world and to get encouragement to continue on, especially if it's a long project, like it's a big painting or it's a lot of weight and things like that. So always flaunt it, a little bit at a time. Never hurt anybody. All right. 14, wishful thinking. So the project that you're on, the things that you're doing, the strategy that you're using could be a bit unrealistic. It could be a bit of wishful thinking there that's going to work out. That's going to work out. And sometimes we approach that in that particular manner, right? Because we think that this approach is going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure this is going to be great. And then the reality hits. And turns out that you were just hoping for the best without a good strategy. So wishful thinking says to reapproach what you're doing, and is your goal realistic? Is your strategy realistic? The way you're going about it, do you need to tweak this a bit to not be embarrassed, or tweak this a bit for a successful resolution? Because a lot of times we'll just go in and we'll be like, I think this is going to work. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Or, I'm going to win the lottery next week. I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So a lot of times it's wishful thinking. So reevaluate that and find out, is this something that we need to change? Are our expectations realistic? If not, change your expectations. Change your expectations. It's good to have high hopes. It's good to have dreams, high hopes, dreams, like the dream card that we looked at before, right? It's great to have dreams. It's great to have those dreams. But dreams versus reality, a lot of times, you can start out with a dream. Let's say I want to become a doctor. You can start out with that dream. And now you need to put it in more realistic terms. Okay, what steps do I need to take to be a doctor? Wishful thinking would be, I'll just roll with it and go with it and hope for the best. That's wishful thinking. It's not going to work. Your dreams of being a doctor may be realistic, but you need a plan to get there, not just wishful thinking. So it's time to reevaluate your plan and see if it's realistic. Anyway, so those are a few more of the cards for the Echoes of Nature. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.